Hey everyone, the following video is going to show you how to start an image in Adobe Illustrator. So obviously you can always open up something, but we're going to start a new one. So we're going to go to File, New. And you can see just like Photoshop, you have options for saved, mobile, web. But if you're really working for the mobile or the web, you don't necessarily want to use Illustrator. I usually would recommend Photoshop for something like that. Just because those are going to really be JPEGs, raster graphics. So, we're really using Illustrator for print, something we're going to print, or if I'm designing a logo for a company, something along those lines. That's when I use Illustrator. Whenever I'm going to draw or paint, whenever I'm pulling in an image, like a photo I've taken, I'm probably going to use Photoshop. But whenever I'm drawing, doing something unique, I'm going to probably use Illustrator. So we're going to create something for print, and we can just, first thing we do is we pick the size that we'd like to use. I like to use pixels, so let's put it on pixels. You choose what the orientation's like. We are going to keep one standard artboard, which is 1. So the artboard is like what you use to work with in Illustrator. It's not a layer per se, but it functions very similar to layers in Photoshop. Then we're going to pick, do we want bleed? So the reason that we have bleed here is because when you print an image, you always want to have some bleed. So what that means is that, let's say I'm printing an image and it's 1 inch by 1 inch. I probably don't want my actual logo to be 1 inch by 1 inch. I'd want it to be like 0.85 by 0.85 because I need to leave some bleed room. Because when I print, if it's off by a little bit, I don't want it to be off like whatever I'm printing to. So I always leave a little bit of bleed room. Usually what my recommendation is about, it depends on the size and it depends on the printer, but usually around 12% of my image on average is set up for bleed room. So if I'm creating something that's 5 by 5 inches, it might be like, 4.75 by really 4.75, knowing that it's printing to 5 by 5. Then we want CMYK because we're going to be printing this. And by default, we're going to go to high 300 ppi. We're going to click create, and we're going to create our image. We're ready to begin. Thank you.